Hey guys, welcome back. On this episode, I kind of want to go over with you the items, whether it's safety items or items I believe that you should have at least, minimum that you should have on your kayak. So stay tuned and we'll go over these items right after this. The number one thing we all know is your PFD, your personal flotation device. It's the law, and you should always have this on no matter what. I don't care if you're going out for half an hour, please just put these on. They make a bunch of different ones out there that are comfortable and are very easy to wear, and they don't get in your way and don't bother you. Another item you should always have with you is your flag. I don't have my flag on, with me today because I'm on a body of water where it's only kayak only. So I'm not worried about speedboats coming past me. But if you're on a body of water where there's, boats with motors and there's people flying by you, jet skis, whatever you have around you, always have a flag, on your kayak, whether it's an inexpensive one or, a nice one. Like we have one, I use the Carbon Pro from Yak Attack, but I changed out their orange flag and put the American flag on it. But it gives the ability of other boaters and other people around you the ability to see you easier. That thing's flapping around in the breeze, it sticks above you, so it's up in the air, so it can be seen farther than just you down really low to the to the water. When you're in a boat, I own a boat, well, not anymore, but I've owned numerous boats, and when you're up on a higher boat, sometimes, from in a distance you can see, and you may not be sure what it is, but when you're close to other items, close to, that's close to that boat, you really can't see over the bow that easy. There's a lot of times that I've seen people hit, items or whatever because they're not paying attention. They're just turning their head for a second. And if you're going 40, 50 miles per hour, you could be up on somebody really quick. So, number two, always have your flag on your kayak when you're in a body of water where there's motorized vessels around you. Down in my hatch, I keep bug spray, especially down here in the south. This is made by Sawyer. It's called Maxi Deet. You can get any kind of bug spray you want. I always keep, speaking of motorized vessels, I always keep an air horn with me. This is just a baby one, but it's still pretty loud. So that could be heard by a lot of people. I probably just scared the crap out of people, driving by. So you always want to have some kind of, it's the law, you have to have some kind of sound-making device. And I do carry a whistle as well. So this is like my, Coast Guard approved, sound-making device. Plus I also carry that air horn with me as well because, it's, the whistle's loud, but, if you have a problem and, you're under distress and it's hard for you to, use a whistle or, blow that, it's easier just to press a switch, or a button on the air horn. Another big key that I always have with me, obviously, is my sunscreen. This is something I carry with me. I have a spray. I use the Waterman's brand, and I also have their tube of stuff, which this stuff I usually put on my face, this version of it, and it does not come off without soap and water. What else do I have in here? Obviously, I always carry, fluorocarbon leader with me. I got 12 pound, I got 15 pound. And, being down here in the south, and there's a lot of gators and a lot of snakes or whatever, I always have some version of knife with me. I've been carrying this one lately. My brother-in-law bought this one for me, but it's just, this is a standard little knife. Comes with a cover. It's serrated. It's got a really sharp blade to it, so this is good for, if you get caught on something, you have to cut your anchor line. They make versions that go on your PFD, but I just carry one in my, little tub down here. Another thing, besides fluids, that you want to keep, especially if you tournament fish, is obviously a bump board, a measuring device. We use the Catch one, and, I got some, personal engraving on it, but we use the aluminum one from Catch, and this is a 32-inch one. Just for the reason I got a 32-inch one, I have a 28-inch one too, is for when I go for redfish and stuff, because to be in a slot you have to be that 28, but there's a lot of times where you're around 30, 31 inches or even bigger than the board, but that's why I went a little bit bigger. I like the black and the white. I think the white numbers show up a lot. People say, oh, the blacks get hot. Well, all I do is I just, on the hot sunny days, is I just dunk this in the water, cool it down real quick, before I put a fish on it, and I don't have a problem with the fish flopping around this, except when they're, you know, the little tiny ones, you know, and they're full of energy. You know, another thing I keep next to me here is a pair of scissors, you know, for cutting line, cutting my braid. I have it tethered off. Another item is a pair of pliers. Same thing, it's tethered off. You can start to see they're getting rusty, but you know, this is another thing that you should have. I use them all the time to get the, you know, especially for using the crankbaits, to get the hooks out of their mouth. Obviously you need a paddle. You know, your paddle is your secondary means of getting back if you're in trouble, or if you're in shallow water, you know, and I can't use my fins, you know, I paddle in with the, you know, with the paddle. Now I just have just a T-handle on this right now, and I have it on the Yak Attack double header, just for quick access. But when I do need it, you know, if I lose my fins, which I've had happen, inside my front hatch up here, underneath that is I had the other half of that paddle with me. So that full paddle is with me. It's just I keep it down in there because, you know, I rely on my fins most of the time. I have a motor now, so I have my two major ways of getting around, and my paddle is just my backup or if I go shallow. You know, another item that I always have on my kayak is a graph, fish finder, whatever you want to call it. It's not necessary, it's just something I carry. You know, and I have my rod holder, which I use for getting things prepped. Let's get back to the shore, and I can go over what I carry here in the front hatch, which is, I think, critical that you have with you at all times. It'll just be easier if I'm on shore showing you this stuff. And another item is having a rope. As you see, when I launch off a bank, and it's like a steep bank, I tie my rope to the kayak, and that's how I get off it, let it go out, and I'm able to pull it back to shore to bring it up. So then we just gotta do is just grab it and drag it up. You know, I like going to remote places where it's not always accessible by a ramp or whatever, so you know, rope's very important. And inside my hatch is my Rogue strap. So you can just take this strap, it's like a pull strap, you know, put it around the handle of your kayak, once I do it right, and then you have a nice drag strap like this, where you can pull your kayak forward, you know, whether you're dragging on the beach or whatever, or onto the you know, onto the land. You know, another key item that I believe that you should have is some kind of anchor. You know, we have the Anchor Wizard set up. I'll leave a link to the video of my walkthrough of my kayak. But you know, an anchor is a very important device, especially like today where it was really windy and I wanted to stay put. You know, they have ones you can just simply just drop off the side and tie off to your H rail, or you know, point on your kayak. But we use the Anchor Wizard, which is just easy deployable, and you know, winding it back up. Also in my hatch, I keep some toilet paper in a Ziploc. You never know when you need that. And tie wraps. I also usually carry a multi-tool with me in case I have to do a repair on the water. I don't currently have it with me today just because it's really rusty, and I'm actually looking to get another one to keep with me. But you know, tie wraps can be useful for a whole bunch of things. And last and final thing, you know, we keep a coffee cup with us at all times because Ro's drinking coffee, and we keep, you know, a larger Yeti container with us. And my point for this is that you want to make sure that you have some kind of device that if you get water into your kayak, that you can open your hatch and scoop down in there and, you know, start to get it out of your kayak. You know, they also make high volume little tiny pumps that you can get to as well, that you can keep up in your hatch. I may get one yet, but you know, you can put it in your hatch, pull out your thing and pump it, and it takes a lot of water out of the kayak very fast and very efficient. You know, when you're stressing out and you're sitting there and you're trying to get it out really fast, those pumps work really well. So you know, I'll probably get one of those as well. But you know, these are just kind of the key things that you should keep with you, you know, for safety, or just key items while you're fishing to make sure that you're safe and comfortable on the water. And of course the kayak cushion. So I'll leave a link in the either in the description, and also I'll leave a link in this video, and you can see a walkthrough that I have of my kayak if you haven't seen it already. As always guys, catch you guys on the water, protect yourself from the sun, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.